Hello everybody, I'm Max Maddox alongside the four-time N.E.W World Champion Owen. We welcome you to Brawl, live here in Birmingham, England, at packed out capacity crowds. What a night it should be, Owen. CTG versus the Buckley stable and Brad Morse and Alex Krom, to name but a few of the matches we have here tonight.
Of course, the Reaper in action against a Scottish Spinebreaker as well. This is set to be an incredible show ahead of us.
It looks like we are going to kick off, Owen, with this deeply personal rivalry between ZTG and Jerry Buckley.
The following contest is an elimination match. Making his way to the ring from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 205 pounds, The Great.
Some tremendous stakes in this match for ZTG and the Buckley stable. Of course, if ZTG's team lose here tonight, then this man right here, Owen, will have to join the Buckley stable as its newest compatriot, if you will.
And I could not imagine that fit for a second.
Well, you imagine this guy in a suit at corporate events. I mean, I know why Buckley wants him. He's a great talent, there's no doubt about it. As much as it sticks in the craw, this guy knows his way around the ring.
Of course, his compadres we saw in action at Pincell. Joining him here tonight in this tag team elimination match against the Buckley stable. Of course, if Zula and his team win, Zula gets 5 minutes alone with Jerry Buckley.
Just think how much damage ZTG could do to Jerry Buckley in 5 minutes, Owen.
From Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 175 pounds, Hunter James.
I was talking to this kid the other day. He's a little bit out there, if you ask me, Owen, but he's undoubtedly a talented athlete. Don't know too much about Hunter James, but I would suggest that he could be one to watch here. ZTG may have brought himself along a stud here to combat the much more experienced team of Jerry Buckley.
That will certainly be an edge for Team ZTG, if you will. A lot of unknowns here.
From Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 200 pounds, the superstar.
Buckley will have had to do his homework to prepare his team for this.
Well, this kid's certainly not lacking confidence, is he? Striding down to the ring like it's a walk in the park.
Calls himself a superstar.
Exactly, the man who calls himself a superstar before we've even seen him wrestle. What an entrance music.
We did see him briefly at Pincell, but again, that briefness in amongst all that chaos, it's not really a true showcase of someone's skill in that ring.
I shudder to think how much this song is costing us, Owen.
We'll soon find out.
Are the champions.
Regardless, it's a team that ZTG has assembled here. Starts to form before our eyes.
You argue, Owen, of course, that they have an edge because they're unknowns. I argue that the Buckley stable has the edge because they know each other so much better. I mean, do we even know if these three guys have teamed with each other before? This could be a first for these three men, while the Buckley stable have been in each other's pockets for months now here on Brawl.
Arguably, now you mention it, these three have never been in a tag team match together. Although they are a stable.
Italy, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Blueprint.
That's a good point. I mean, we know Buckley's had a great piece of involvement in this man's training, in particular the Blueprint. I mean, he had a lot of raw materials when he first arrived here in Brawl, but there was undoubtedly gaps in his in-ring game, or in his submission game. His counter game wasn't really up to scratch for Brawl. Jerry Buckley moulded him, took him under his wing, and we see a much more well-rounded athlete here today. So I would still argue, Owen, despite the fact they haven't teamed together, they still know each other better than arguably ZTG's team do. Because they're a complete unknown, so we can only assume.
It's going to be a very interesting dynamic to watch unfold here. Again, very interestingly, all of Jerry Buckley's stable choosing to come out separately as well. Taking a look around at the bunker here.
The modern man from Milan, the next generation luchador, as he likes to call himself. A guy who has all the tools to be truly, truly great here in N.E.W. if given time. Which is a precious commodity these days around here.
Highlights of the stable as far as ability in the ring
at 275 pounds, Gene Taylor.
The jewel in the crown, no doubt about it, of the Buckley stable in Gene Taylor, as talented as he is arrogant, which is saying something, trust me on that one. Gene Taylor can go as far as he wants to go, and he wants to go a pretty far way.
Still battling toward that junior championship. Calls himself the UK's only attraction, which is kind of ironic being in such a big stable. You've got to wonder how much umbrage the others take to that.
I think the others just accept the fact that that's just a part of Taylor's DNA, Owen. I mean, think about his finish, think about that devastating DDT, he calls it tailor-made. I think that tells you all you need to know about this guy's psyche.
Devastating individual in that ring, but we have not seen him in tag team action with his cohorts, so as I keep mentioning, that is going to be a very interesting dynamic.
Let's look at it though. I mean, Taylor's sneaky, he's quick, he's not afraid to cheat. He could make a great tag team wrestler on paper, but you're absolutely right. There's a lot of unanswerable questions here, really, until the bell rings here tonight. This guy's just weird. I don't get this guy.
And his opponent, first, from Mississippi, weighing in at 235 pounds, N.E.W.
I find it somewhat ironic that right now we have pedigree athletes fighting for their livelihoods and somehow this redneck still has a job. That's all I've really got to say about the emulator.
Of course, those sent from other federations saved from the culling that is going on here.
Yeah, backroom deals, underhanded backroom deals, that's all this is.
Perhaps that guarantee for Buckley is why he chose the emulator when he first came in. Either way, they benefited from that mutual interaction.
I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. The emulator, however, he has had a lot of experience in another different independent federations. The question mark of whether or not he can cut it here in N.E.W. still remains to be seen, in my opinion. However, this matchup, which has incredible stakes for both teams, no doubt about it, will silence some of his doubters potentially, including me, the Blueprint and ZTG, to kick off this matchup. The bell is rung, and here we go.
The emulator, maybe the one with the best experience against the superstar and Hunter James.
I find it interesting as well, or arguably starting with like ZTG's weaker member. The Buckley stable's weaker member in the man from Milan, the Blueprint, against essentially the leader of ZTG's team.
Yeah. Interesting choice of tactics. No sign of Jerry Buckley himself.
Well, you've got to wonder that possibly. I mean, Buckley made his mouth maybe got ahead of his brain the other week when he made that stipulation to this matchup. I mean, Jerry Buckley has not been an active competitor in well over a couple of years now. The Blueprint,
some time since he stepped in that ring to fight.
Those educated feet trying to pick apart ZTG here, the veteran, the hardcore specialist ZTG with those hard elbows right to the midsection, misses with the right hand, those quick feet of the man from Milan.
And unusually for this new era of Brawl, there are no time limits here.
Well, I think the match at this magnitude, so much on the line here for the future of ZTG and the Buckley stable. I mean, I think that's a good call.
Again, arguably the only reason it's opening the show is in case it does run too long and fill up an entire show. The fact that these are all fighting in the junior division, those are with N.E.W. Oh!
Dear Lord. It's an elimination style matchup. It's going to go as long as it goes. Hardly race SB there by Taylor. Takes down Zulite the Great.
How intertwined this feud has become in the fabric of N.E.W.
Good job, breaking counter there by ZTG. Hard Irish whip right back into his own corner. Tag main to the superstar. Middle rope. Double axe handle. Injured that arm. Gene Taylor, however, with quick feed of his own with a hard Irish whip right back into his own corner. Tag made to the blueprint. Going to get a little bit of a double team in here. Oh, big back body drop.
Interesting again, N.E.W. staying out this match so far. As this onto James.
Sweeping the leg there by the superstar. He had to recover quickly. Hard Irish whip right back into his own corner. Stiff forearm there to the blueprint. Stomping a mud hole and bringing it out the hard way right into that powerbomb there. Pull out powerbomb from the corner there by the superstar.
And again, this is elimination, so isolation is ever more important.
Yeah, this is classic tag team wrestling there. We're cutting down that ring, cutting it in half, not giving the blueprint anywhere to go. That was a great swinging neck breaker reversal, but a jawbreaker right back there from the superstar. This is with a drop kick blocked there by the blueprint, who's using that considerable strength and power to try and find his way out of an issue here. Falls right into a neck breaker there by the superstar.
After missing that clothesline, couldn't quite get up in time.
Well, superstar by name, potentially superstar by nature, Erwin. I'm very impressed by this young man so far. The blueprint is not a slouch by any means. He's being took to his limit here. Hard Irish whip again. Oh,
get back to his corner, but only got to the centre of the ring before the superstar fought free.
yeah, stiff elbows to the midsection there of the blueprint.
Into an open corner now.
Good lord, that was a hard elbow right across the jaw there by the blueprint. Club right across the neck. The blueprint is not afraid to fight dirty when he needs to. I think that has been well established. The Buckley stable will take shortcuts when necessary.
Superstar doing anything to stay out of that corner. Goes back to another open corner.
Excellent corner work there by the superstar. I think that at least this young man has had some experience in tag team action, Erwin.
Oh, what a boot!
My words! Sweet Jesus, what a shot there, that kick. Right across the jaw.
Leaping leg drop.
Rather animated leg drop by the superstar.
Emulator providing a
First
distraction.
elimination here, no double axe handle there by Taylor. Undoubtedly saving the blueprint, who is still down here, has not moved since that elevated leg drop. Hunter James now making quick work of Gene Taylor with that scoop slam press. The superstar still a legal man. Hard Irish whip back into his own corner. Stiff forearm again, takes down the blueprint. Doof. Lord.
ZTG just mouthing off on the blueprint there.
I'll tell you what, if the blueprint gets any more kicks to the face there, and he's going to be eating through a straw after this one. He's taken a lot of shots to that jawline here tonight.
Both of these men have been in the ring for quite some time, unable to tag their partners, but it looks like the superstar has changed that, he does.
CTG now the legal man. Double flapjack. It's a Zulite special.
Checks on the blueprint before deciding to taunt the emulator there.
Yeah, the emulator's barely got a sniff in this matchup so far. You could say the same for Hunter James. They've essentially been working as enforcers in this match so far. The superstar and CTG to do the heavy lifting. What a backbreaker there to the blueprint. He's been in that ring a long time and has taken an incredible amount of punishment, Erwin. I think Team ZTG are going for those tactics that you suggested earlier on, isolating one man and just wearing him down, because that's exactly what's happened to the man from Milan here.
Eliminate them one at a time. Gene Taylor did get that brief tag in, but to no avail. Seems less than keen to get involved in this tag match at the moment.
Stiff knee right across the jawline again. The blueprint trying to recover.
Oh, went for a powerbomb. Beautiful reversal there by ZTG.
Reversal into a hurricane rather there by ZTG. Impressive athleticism there by the hardcore specialist. Swift kicks to the midsection again to the blueprint. And Irish whip takes down the referee.
tag has been made.
Young Chatopa is down. Dolphin body drop. Don't tag made. Gene Taylor. Oh, Blueprint needed that desperately. Blind tag made to the jewel in the crown of the Buckley stable, who must now steady the ship. Oh, Teams ETG have been on a tear throughout this entire elimination tag team matchup.
Yeah, Superstar just cutting off Taylor's offense there as well. Oh, this is in the corner though. Oh,
great corner work again there by Gene Taylor. That stiff forearm saving his own soul there from the hands of CTG and Hunter James.
Well, that's a big risk with Taylor voicing to the ref to make sure ZTG does not come off that apron.
Yeah, keeping a stern eye on the action as our official. As there's no doubt about it, Gene Taylor is in enemy territory here.
Oh, blocked a chop, fighting back again. Oh, what a knee. Halfway through the count here though, these guys are going to have to think about getting back in, or both of them will be eliminated.
Well, we've seen the Buckley stable do that before, and go for that count-out victory. The Superstar may have just turned the tables there. He just clattered Gene Taylor off those steel steps. We're on the count of 8 here, but the Superstar is electing to go back out at the ring. As soon as his feet touch that ground, the count will begin again. Taylor should make the count back in, and he does. Team ZTG there showing a little bit of complacency, in my opinion.
Could have had it finished there, but Gene Taylor back in the ring.
Big suplex there by Taylor.
To an unaware ZTG who thought he was going to get that count out, I think.
Well, I'm sorry, but ZTG deserved that. The match is
Taylor made DDT.
Until the referee rings the bell, and he may pay for it here with a Taylor made DDT. No, 2 counts. How close was that?
Can you imagine the shock that would have gone through the Superstar and Hunter James, the leader of the team, eliminated? Look at this.
Holding on to the ZTG referee, telling the Blueprint to break that hold. That tailor-made DTT has busted open Zulite the Great, Erwin.
It has entirely changed the complexion of this match. Oh. It's in the corner, look at this.
Tag made again. This is some fluid work here from the Buckley stable. Double axe handle off that second rope. Those educated kicks again, and the Blueprint gets a stiff left hand for his trouble. Big backbreaker by ZTG. What a matchup this has been. Sweeping the leg there by Blueprint.
Still no eliminations yet. No real advantage. It's just been a slugfest back and forth. One fresh man still arguably in either corner. And this time it's the emulator that blocks the escape of ZTG.
The emulator and Gene Taylor and the Blueprint have not been afraid to take as many shortcuts as possible. I mean, we've tried to ram that down your throats as much as possible here tonight for a reason. The Buckley stable don't care how they win as long as they win.
Again, while Gene Taylor is taunting this time.
The egos of both these teams have cost them momentum in this matchup, Erwin. There's no doubt about it.
There's a lot of ego flying around in there. What a close line. Oh, but Gene Taylor just popped back up.
Almost like a sweeping STF, but you're absolutely right. Gene Taylor, that adrenaline spike, right back to his feet into the suplex. European uppercut there by the Superstar. That vicious forearm again takes down Taylor. That's an educated forearm from the Superstar. He has used that to his own advantage on several occasions here tonight.
See him gasping for air as he takes Taylor over to the corner.
I mean, he is so much of a mystery, but I would guess some kind of MMA background there. We pull out powerbomb again from the corner. Again, we can only speculate about ZTG's team. He has brought in a team of ringers, and they have shot the Buckley table to their core here tonight.
The crowd are absolutely loving it.
I have been pleasantly surprised though by Team ZTG. This kid, the Superstar, looks like he could be a potential world beater here.
ZTG with a smile on his face as he gets up and sees Taylor still down on the mat.
Look at that power. Just manhandling Gene Taylor in the corner.
Knee this time.
Jesus, what a knee. That is it. If Taylor's not knocked out, it's through God's own grace. 1, 2, no! I thought that was it.
So did I. Not sure if Taylor got to the ropes there or if he did manage to kick out fully.
DDT with authority from the superstar onto the man who calls his own tailor-made. He got his taste of his own medicine there. Tag made to ZTG. Hunter James has not had one legal tag in this entire matchup.
Neither of the emulator. Maybe a underlying
tag. Oh my god! What a thrust kick by Zulite the Great. Good night, Mr. Taylor. And the diamond has been dimmed. It's been sold at auction.
Emulator has stepped in, the fresh man.
Oh! What a
Tiger suplex, snap suplex to follow suit.
Tiger into a snap. Got a hard knee for his trouble now, we have been told. Reliably. Tag made to Hunter James, first time in the matchup. Misses with the clothesline, gets a flying drop kick for his trouble there by ZTG. Let's see what the fresh Hunter James can do.
ZTG must know something. As soon as the emulator was in that ring, the first opportunity ZTG got was to tag Hunter James.
Well, maybe that's part of a broader game plan we're just not aware of, though, and maybe each man
a springboard stunner.
What a springboard stunner that was by Hunter James. Two. Maybe each member of the ZTG team has been assigned a member of the Buckley stable to focus on. Perhaps the emulator is Hunter's man.
Changing things around there.
A stiff knee to the ribs there, I think, by the emulator. I think he's thinking about making a tag to the Blueprint, but he still doesn't look 100%. The Blueprint taking the most amount of damage, I think it's fair to say, from the Buckley stable here tonight.
Having some kind of discussion there. Hunter James breaking that up.
Yeah, I think that discussion lasted a little bit too long. The stiff elbow there to the midsection again by the emulator.
Quick response there, shin breaker.
Nasty shin breaker there by the emulator. You don't see that every day. Hunter James taking some high impact offense early on in this match. Counters with a jawbreaker. Luthez press. Pulling out a classic there. Hard right hands, hard Irish whip. ZTG's looking like it is a world of trouble. Countered there by the emulator. Good corner work there by the redneck. Hard Irish whip back into his own corner. Tag made, Blueprint ready or not.
What a kick.
Quick double team. Snap near Bulldog into it. Spine tingling kick. Gives the Blueprint something to work with. And Hunter James has taken a lot of punishment in a very short space of time in this matchup.
The Blueprint and the emulator are going to have to be very tactical here. They're now down a man. They're going to have to try and catch up here.
Not only down the man, Owen, down their leader, arguably, of this team, Gene Taylor. Arguably the most promoted talent in the Buckley stable. Was the first to be eliminated.
Spanish fly off the top rope.
Absolutely outstanding Spanish fly. Amazing athleticism. Emulator running the interference. What a belly to belly. Hunter James is out. The scores have been even once again, but the superstar going right back to it. The emulator with a double axe handle trips over the feet. Got there a second time.
Forearms for his trouble.
Yeah, those educated forearms once again at the superstar, right to the jawline of the emulator. Hard Irish whip to the outside. The superstar gonna go high risk from the top rope.
Returning to his feet, still dazed.
Misses with a drop kick.
Sensed it coming and got out of the way.
To the shin. Hard Irish whip right back to his own corner. Stiff forearm again. Takes down the Blueprint, pushes him away, uses that strength and power to his own advantage. Irish whip back into his own corner. Emulator trying to keep hold of him. Superstar fights himself out of it. Right into the clutches of the Blueprint. Again, everything he's got out of that corner. The Superstar just refusing to stay still.
Everyone must be absolutely exhausted now.
Two members of the team, a piece left there in.
This is a crucial elimination point. Both both teams know it. What a belly to belly.
Belly to belly indeed. Two unexpected eliminations as well, I think it's fair to say, Owen. Tag made.
Pace is slow here. Everyone's trying to catch their breath. Oh!
TTG does work at his own kind of pace, Owen. I mean, he makes people fight to his style. It's one of the things that's made him successful here in N.E.W. so far.
Snap suplex there, trying to get the emulator back into his corner again. The emulator's bust open.
Oh, he's getting quite rightly, in my opinion. He's getting the superstar back in this ring, which has been Team ZTG's MVP for me tonight. On from the top rope again. Oh, what an elbow right into the heart of the emulator. This kid's got a little bit of everything. What an amazing piece of air that was.
That's where he gets the nickname from, the moniker. Certainly sitting leg drop again.
Elevated leg drop. I'm going to have to find that move a name because it's deadly.
It's down to just the blueprint of
the man from Milan. Let's not forget, Owen, the amount of punishment he has already taken. I said earlier in this matchup, you could argue that he had taken the most amount of punishment and is the last man standing for the Buckley stable.
One who many would say would be the weak link going into this match.
I would agree. Proving a few people wrong here tonight as the man from Milan. That endurance has definitely improved under Jerry Buckley's tutelage. Hard elbow right to the jaw.
Again. A handicap match here.
Oh! Yeah, he's going to have to rack up eliminations.
The trick.
A shot to the jawline.
One down as well now. Now things get really interesting.
Absolutely.
Oh, what a chop. And return.
ZTG's ringer has gone, Owen. That kick to the jaw may have knocked out the superstar, and I believe we're down to one apiece here.
Single in Boston Crab
into a submission.
Oh, that's it! Blueprint couldn't take anymore. I really know what that means.
It means that Jerry Buckley gets 5 minutes along with Zoolite the Great in any stipulation. Zoolite damn well pleases. This could be a long night at the office for Jerry Buckley. That single leg Boston was enough. The man from Milan, the Blueprint, taking an incredible amount of punishment. Bottom line, Team ZTG have picked up an incredible victory here. What an opening matchup to Brawl.
Absolutely incredible stuff. Of course, next week we will see the UK tournament return for its arguably final leg before the actual championship match.
Yeah, can't wait. It's been a hotly contested tournament, still all to play for, Owen. Some great names still left in. Members of the EOD, of course, the leader of Magnum Opus, to name but a few. Jimmy Falcon, I believe, still in the running as well. I mean, some big names all wanting to be United Kingdom champion. I'm sure Nate will be looking at that tournament very closely indeed.
Portion of Brawl.
Making his way to the ring from Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 153 pounds, Kevin Tiernan.
Yep, two more veterans of N.E.W's locker room fighting for their livelihoods, doing a completely unnecessary bit of cost cutting from bean counters who don't seem to care that these men have families and we're a month away from Christmas. Isn't it just a great time to be alive, Erwin?
Adrian Goldman making his decision final. Again, as much as many can dislike Kevin Cannon's recent change of attitude,
I don't like Kevin Cannon, but he doesn't deserve to be fired because he's an unlikable guy. We have a lot of unlikable guys around here as of late. I'm not sure if you've noticed.
And his opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 220 pounds, Jimmy the
Well, Jimmy Falcon, who had changed up his style completely here in the last few months on Brawl, is more of a luchador now, I think it's fair to say, but that springboard styling has done wonders, because every time we've seen this kid in action as of late, he's looked like a completely different competitor, which I think means it's going to be a long night at the office for Kevin Cannon, quite frankly. Now, we've already seen some surprises already here in this roster shrink. Let's not forget Melissa Sanchez and Farrier. Only a week ago, Erwin, and that shock result as a Cuban missile beat the former women's champion, the Mistress of Mind Games, and Farrier lost her job.
Whenever Falcon faces adversity, he does overcome and adapt, but if he faces adversity here tonight, he may have to overcome and adapt in a
Look, Kevin Cannon
promotion.
has made a career, Erwin, about beating the odds, about proving people wrong, but so has Jimmy Falcon. We've got 10 minutes to decide which one of these veterans of our locker room essentially goes into Christmas without a stable income. That's essentially what this is.
And again, both of these did well in that UK tournament, both now eliminated. To fall into this essentially. Oof! Cannon, some hard hits in here.
Some hard shots there by Cannon.
Be able to match speed with Falcon. It's the weight disadvantage that he'll have to overcome here.
Swift European uppercut, stamping at life out of Jimmy Falcon. We've seen how intense these matches can get, how quickly it can become personal when the pink slip is essentially what the loser gets. I can't say I blame either competitor. Hard elbow there by Jimmy Falcon, getting flapjacked on the top rope there by Kevin Cannon. Like, on paper, this should be Falcon's matchup, but who could bet against Kevin Cannon, who has no right to be here anyway? I mean, he should have been... you could argue that he should have lost his job 5 times over, but he's still here.
Oof.
That has to say something about Double K.
He certainly survived roster shrinks in the past. Oof. Against all odds. Continues Falcon managing to get the momentum back here.
Kevin Cannon is a walking definition of the miracle on ice. It had no right to happen, but it did.
Oh! Wrenching that knee. And trying to eliminate that devastating kick in the arsenal of Kevin Cannon.
Both these men have very educated feet. Both these men quick as a hiccup. Both these men not afraid to take a risk. Jimmy Falcon on the top rope. The Falcon gonna fly.
Oh, Cannon quick thinking though, gets out of the way.
Kevin Cannon, hard European uppercut, using that speed of his own. The slinky competitor, hard Irish whip into the corner. Watch that speed again by Kevin Cannon. Those vicious right hands to the head. Hard European uppercut again, and Falcon with nowhere to go but down. Pull out powerbomb from the corner. Double K throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the Falcon man.
Oh.
Hard shot to the midsection by Jimmy Falcon, who needs to start fighting back here. Blocked again by Cannon. Stiff forearms, rights and less. Kevin Cannon has come here to fight tonight. On a slingshot on that bottom rope, choking the life, and the Falcon blocks the right.
Desperately trying to do some offense again.
Clothesline from the corner, referee down for the count, perfect positioning on the one. Double K not going down easy. Falcon misses with the kick. The educated feet are starting to miss with the Falcon man. What kind of omen is that? Snap me a takedown for Kevin Cannon.
And it's those quick reactions of Cannon, and that is what he saved him throughout. Did not dodge that drop kick.
Pinpoint accuracy, Erwin. Vicious drop kick there by Jimmy Falcon. Hard scoop slam press, driving Kevin Cannon into the mat.
Falcon may be able to out-dodge Falcon, but those impacts when he does catch him are devastating. There's that modified Falcon arrow.
Cannon just popped back up like a daisy.
Just out of instinct, he has dumped to the outside.
Just don't know how much damage was done to Cannon there, you see it.
What's Falcon thinking?
Oh God, no!
A knee drop.
And knee right across the neck of Kevin Cannon. Sweet Jesus, a drop kick to follow suit. Double K, a whole world of trouble here.
Count of 3 rising as Falcon is thrown.
Well, but what did I say there, Erwin? I mean, these two men are quite literally fighting for his jobs, and Jimmy Falcon did a completely legal manoeuvre, but the fact remains, if there was an inch of a mistake, he could have killed Kevin Cannon right there. That's the kind of stakes these two men are fighting for. It's quite literally life or death for these two guys. Do you want to tell your wife that Christmas is going to be a little bit tight this year? Do you want to tell your kids that they can't get what they wanted because they've got to pay the rent? Because this is the situation one of these men face at the end of the night. That's all this is. What a crock of shit.
Coming down on top of Kevin Cannon off that springboard. Up top once more.
High flying maneuver here by Jimmy Falcon.
Drop. That's it.
That's it. This is over. Good night, Kevin Cannon. Thank you for your service. Good luck in your future endeavours. Jimmy Falcon survives. Kevin Cannon is out of here. I got nothing more to add, really. Kevin Cannon put up one hell of a fight. There's no doubt about that. That knee drop from the top rope was the game changer, no doubt, and this was the exclamation point. No one kicks out of that.
If I can give any advice to Kevin Cannon, give your old friend the new frontline champion beer ring. Make some sway there.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Double K as a survivor. Someone will give him that kid a job, no doubt about it.
And we'll be back after a short advert break. Don't go anywhere.
Intensity personified. A division he has no interest in. He's made that perfectly clear. The leader of End Times, however,
Making his way to the ring from the pits of hell, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Reaper.
may just face his biggest test to date in the European division against the Scottish spinebreaker, Bruce Brown.
I think if anyone could break the Reaper, arguably it would be Bruce Brown. What a test this is going to be for both competitors.
You're absolutely right. I mean, let's be honest, in every division he's been forced to contend in, the Reaper has been a real threat to the title. And I don't expect anything less in the European division, but Bruce Brown, Scottish spinebreaker, has already been touted as a potential future world champion in his own right. Certainly one of our best imports from the class of 2019.
Having a huge impact in the UK division.
Well, the United Kingdom champion Bruce Brown was.
Absolutely incredible. He's indeed been training hard.
The fact remains the Reaper just doesn't care. Let's be honest, he doesn't give it. He doesn't.
Hang on a sec. Won't even call him by name.
We all know who he's talking about.
Bruce Brown's heard enough.
Well, that's a statement of intent from the Scottish spine breaker.
And his opponent, from Edinburgh, Scotland, weighing in at 330 pounds, Bruce Brown.
Underestimate this man at your own peril, Reaper. This kid can get it done. An absolute hoss of a man. From the beautiful city of Edinburgh, Scotland, Bruce Brown.
Focus. And determination on that face.
Well, this would be a hell of a scalp for Brown if he could actually beat the Reaper here tonight, Erwin. I mean, there's only a handful of people, let's not forget, who have managed to beat this man cleanly. A victory over the Reaper for Bruce Brown here tonight would be a tremendous state of intent in the European division, in my opinion.
What an impact Brown has already made here. What an impact the Reaper has already made here.
The bell was wrong. Here we go. 10 minutes on the clock. What a big boot.
God. Hang on a second.
Oh, wait a minute. God, we're not even 10 seconds into this thing.
What the hell is coming out now?
Oh, God only knows. We know
Oh, it's Razor Parsons.
Off on the right hand. Razor Parsons blindsiding the Reaper.
A Windows cry. Chatopa turning round but not seeing the impact.
That hellacious big boot by
Brown looking to take advantage
from the Windows crown too.
Oh! Could you imagine how furious the Reaper would have been if that was a 3?
Yeah, like biblically annoyed. There's no doubt about it though, but the advantage is fell to Brown, Erwin. The When Doves Cry has took down many an opponent here in N.E.W. and of a promotion scoop slam press, but how much has that blindside attack pissed off the Reaper? Big back body drop by the Demon of Fleet Street, who is all about destruction now to the soul of Bruce Brown.
Sweep the leg. Can't believe the audacity of Razor Parsons. Oh,
just unreal audacity. You know when times are going to be hunting him down in his back as we speak. Sweeping STF there by the leader of that demonic supergroup. It may take an army to defeat the Reaper in this kind of mood. Oh! Good lord, what a left hand.
Brown dodging the kick. Things fall out to the outside on. Oh my word, what a high angle backdrop.
Yep, that was just savage. Sweep of the leg again by Brown, getting back into the ring, and I don't blame him. If he's got any sense, he'll keep the high ground. I think he is. Good man, Brown. Reaper come to him, and he does. Absolutely no hesitation, I might add. Reverse DDT there by the Reaper.
Oh, stomp to the face.
Well, I think the Demon of Fleet Street has seen red. Oh, what a stomp right to the back of the neck. That should be illegal. 2. Some sinister offense from the Reaper. A 2 count, a hard 2. A GB8 neck wrench going to work on that core and that already damaged neck of Bruce Brown.
Let's not forget, Brown is the kind of man who can just run through people, and the Reaper is just not like normal people.
He has derailed the train
somewhat
here tonight.
Oh!
Bruce Brown.
Look at that response by the Reaper.
Yeah, that massive gut wrench slam barely affecting the Reaper. And one my word, Dominator! Good lord, what a Dominator. That could be over right here. 1, 2, it's over!
Just when it looked like Brown was about to make a comeback. Yet even with the assisted interference from Razor Parsons.
Hellacious big boot by the Reaper that kicked this match off before Parsons' interference and that could have concussed Bruce Brown right there and then. What a hellacious performance it was from both men. Bruce Brown, look at that slam, look at how quickly the Reaper just popped back up. I don't think Brown had even realised until it was too late, and by then, Dominator time. Boom! Good night.
Reaper continues in the European division.
Just unholy. Razor Parsons, what were you thinking? Just pissed off a demon.
Apparently, Chris Jones wants some words. Reno out back. What a victory there for the Reaper.
Staggering words there by Chris Jones, you have to admit it, and he may have a point. Challenging Red to an Extreme Rules matchup, that could be an absolute war.
Could be a mistake for Chris Jones if you ask me.
Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 206 pounds, Louis Richardson.
The wrestler's wrestler, Louis Richardson.
Finally in the world division, but you've got to question his opponent, the Reaper. You've got to wonder how the Reaper feels. Nate is in the world division, and if he manages to somehow get to the top and defeat Sam Youngblood, then what happens then? Does the Reaper face Nate? Will he just hand over the belt when that time comes?
Will he surrender control of end times? More questions and answers in that supergroup. No doubt about it. Louis Richardson, however, finally well-deserved in that world division after being the most decorated United States champion of all time here in N.E.W. Surefire first ballot Hall of Famer is Louis Richardson. Class act all the way.
Surprise, surprise, Nate hasn't come along.
Yeah, just Louis Richardson, an honourable man, coming here hoping for a one-on-one competition, perhaps naively, but he does walk alone. But tonight he walks alone against pretty much the entire strength of end times.
Joe Freeman, and from Denver, Colorado, weighing in at 220 pounds,
Razor Parsons.
Demon
Nate Joe Freeman. Of course, the Reaper's most loyal lieutenant, the Ice Queen, the Bride of the Reaper, the Phantom.
Kent, of course, getting into the World Division as a former European champion. As is Louis Richardson. They warred over that belt before. Now they war over the rankings of the World Division.
Let's not forget what a dangerous tag team these two men have become as well. Nate and Joe Freeman have been handling that side of the business for N.E.W in recent months. So there's not out the realm of the possibility that one day you could see Nate as a double champion here in N.E.W. Louis Richardson, a veteran's veteran, a wrestler's wrestler, a man's man against Nate, who is
a demon's demon, I suppose.
No doubt.
Oof. Yeah, I always say about Louis Richardson, it's not the what, it's the when that gets you about his offense.
Yeah, the guy's had the same moveset for the last 15 years, and you know why it works. Louis Richardson, as clinical as it gets. Jawbreaker counter there by Nate.
Float over.
DDT. We know who's going to have the edge in terms of speed. That's going to be the younger man in Nate. In terms of experience, that goes to Richardson.
Oh, what a bulldog.
So it's everything in between that we're looking at here tonight. That classic bulldog from Richardson.
Straight into a seated octopus stretch.
Just no wasted motion, Erwin. Classic Louis Richardson. That get out of jail free card, that bulldog, arguably the best in the business, has saved Richardson's bacon more than once, right back into that technical hold.
Yeah, as soon as he saw Nate was in the centre of the ring, that was it. Straight into a hold. Attempt for a submission away down. Oof.
Oh, stiff strikes there by Nate, being cheered on by the Phantom and of course his tag team partner Joe Freeman. Crucifix pin there, couldn't keep hold of it, legs way too close to the rope there by Nate, right back into that wrench on the shoulder. Oof, there it is.
Hang on though, distractions from the corner.
Yeah, the veteran needs to focus here on Nate. There's going to be a lot of distractions with N.E.W, just whispering sweet nothings, poison if you will into the ear of Richardson, giving Nate this opportunity to fight back, finally blocked there by the veteran, kick to the midsection again, right into the DDT.
See the swelling on the side of the face of Richardson there after those strikes.
Oh yeah, we know Nate's a hard hitter. Stiff forearms, no doubt. Oof. An elbow for his trouble there by Richardson. Jawbreaker counter there by Nate.
Oof. What a headbutt. Richardson dazed.
Scorpion headbutt there by Nate. Snake eyes on the top turnbuckle. Taking control, overpowering the veteran here. Choking a life out of Louis Richardson in that corner. Stomped right to the considerable heart of the veteran. Forearm blocked. Oh, right into the neck breaker. Richardson again being distracted by the Phantom, who has been hurling abuse at Richardson throughout this entire matchup. The referee really needs to address that. Samoan drop there by Nate.
Nate now, excuse me, Nate now with a headlock trying to slow things down, get things back. Oh, Richardson just reversing that and sending him to the outside.
That stiff Irish whip onto those wafer thin mats now, both these guys in no man's land. Nate with the advantage here, Richardson on his shoulders, doof, right off the ring apron. Head first into that steel frame. Doof.
Richardson back in, oh look, one of them times have entered a chair into the equation, that is not good. But neither is this. Samoan pile driver.
Vicious Samoan pile driver there by Nate, who has won matches with that move before, feels he needs to do more to put Richardson away. Looking for a submission here. Nate Crab. Of course, the Denver Crab, the modified version of the move created by himself and his brother, the man he betrayed. To enter, of course, the demonic supergroup N.E.W. Richardson will not like that.
Celebrate raring up for a super kick and just a swift shot to the gut into a neck breaker. James, that.
Yeah, just sheer desperation tactics perhaps by Richardson, but that neck breaker may have changed it. Oh no, wait a minute, that kick. Oh, that elbow, what a counter. What a counter there by Richardson. Nate looked like he caught him off guard there. Misses with a forearm. Uncharacteristic mistake right into a backbreaker. The margin of error here is so slim.
Freeman up on the apron.
Again, Joe Freeman, who has been a thorn in the side this entire matchup. Oh, full Nelson. Dropped there by Nate. Primed and ready. Richardson blindsided. Super kick. Good lord.
Without these distractions, it might have been a different way. Well, that's good night for Richardson.
This is just cheap victory there by Nate. His buddies in the corner couldn't help themselves, but the veteran was distracted. There's no doubt about it, and that distraction cost him here tonight. That Samoan drop may have been the game changer. The Samoan pile driver certainly didn't help. Louis Richardson fighting back. The blindside attack with a full Nelson, and then the super kick, almost taking the head off the veteran. It didn't show the interference, the slagging off, if you will, from Joe Freeman, and the Phantom in the corner gives the United Kingdom champion the edge here tonight.
Demon Nate.
You may not like it, but they got the result that they needed, Owen.
Oh, hang on a second, I was about to say we're going to break, but it seems Reza Parsons and the Reaper have found each other backstage.
What did I tell you, Owen? This is inevitable here tonight after the blindside attack. Security on their way.
Back for our main event. This is a non-title match.
Making his way to the ring from Berlin, Germany, weighing in at 260 pounds, Krom.
Yeah, it's non-title, Owen, but it's an all-important matchup for the German suplex machine, Krom.
Victory here could gain him 2 points in the rankings, which would be a great boost to his position.
And a victory over one of his oldest rivalries, one of his biggest enemies, Brad Morse. This is a deeply personal main event, Owen.
Yeah, let's not forget the last time these two fought, the title was on the line, and it took a brutal, I believe, 4 in total Morse codes to put Krom down.
Who can forget that incredible Morse code off the top rope? One of the most amazing damn things I have ever seen in an N.E.W. ring. That's what it took to put the German suplex machine, Krom, down. That showed guts and intestinal fortitude, has made him a bit of a fan favourite as of late here in N.E.W. And Krom on the quest for honour and the quest for gold against his oldest enemy here tonight, Brad Morse.
Always had that determination. He's just hung around with questionable characters.
Seems to have a bit of an attitude change as of late, though, Owen. It's a completely different guy when you talk to him nowadays.
And from weighing in at 240 pounds, the European champion, Brad Morse, champion.
He likes to emphasise the champion, doesn't he? Brad Morse, the current European champion, with his protege, tag team partner and confidant Zach Fuller. Always an ace in the hole. Let's not forget the aggression that Brad Morse has brought out of Fuller, has made these two men a dangerous combination here in N.E.W, and we all know there are strength in numbers here on Brawl.
And Zach Fuller progressing through that UK tournament could very well see these two as champions together.
20 minutes on the clock, 2 points on the line. As pivotal as it gets, as personal as it gets. If Krom wins this match, you have to believe he would be considered the favourite to face Morse for that title. Doof! Lufez pressed there by the champion who knows Krom so well. These two guys are not going to get one over on each other easily.
Oh, it's going to take every bit of guile these two have.
Skyland cutting Irwin, no doubt. And they need to be on the very best of their game. Alex Krom and Brad Morse are both potential world champions in my opinion. No doubt about it.
Krom keeping his emotions in check, getting Brad Morse back in the ring there.
I would actually argue, Irwin, that Brad Morse has probably had the best 2020 out of anyone on our roster. The level of improvement has been incredible.
Although in the back of Brad Morse's mind, it's got to be what we saw here earlier tonight, the continual progression of the Reaper creeping closer to that title. What a clothesline on the top.
Vicious clothesline there by Morse to Krom. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, Krom's had a bit of a mixed year. It started off well, but petered out nearing the end, and you could argue that as of late, he hasn't been on the best run of form here. So in terms of form within the ring, Irwin, then the edge has to go to Brad Morse, the current European champion.
He's had those cocky victories that could arguably put people in a questionable mindset going into a match against him, especially one who has failed against him before, such as Alex Krom.
It's always been about the mindset for Brad Morse. He's always had the raw talent there, and if he believes he is a world beater, then that's exactly what he is.
Let's not forget he has a new trick up his sleeve with Zach Fuller in his corner as well, should he need it. Kick out one from Alex Krom.
Stab to the back of the neck, that sinister move. I still believe it should be illegal. That GBH neck wrench working on the core, of Alex Krom. Just no wasted motion, even on a kick into the knee before he got that elbow to the heart. Just every move is offense for Brad Morse. It's quite scary to watch.
Kicking at the upper legs of Alex Krom as well, rather than the lower legs, not necessarily going to debilitate the base, just to cause pain.
And there you are, free fluid moves, elbow drop, uppercut, clothesline, Krom down. Simple, effective, brutal offense. Draping DDT by Morse. Boom, there it is.
Signature. As deadly as that could be it. Krom.
2 count.
Krom really needs to get some momentum here.
Brad Morse is just playing his own silent matchup here. He's systematically picking apart one of the best technical wrestlers on our roster, Alex Krom. If he was ready for it, he's not showing it so far in this matchup, because the first 4 or 5 minutes on points are all Morse here. Racking up a 10 spot in the corner. Hard shots to the top turnbuckle.
Perhaps that shoulder injury not as healed as he's making things seem.
But if he's that badly injured there, then he shouldn't have agreed to the
Morse
cord. What a Morse cord there. It's busted Krom open. This could be over right here. It is emphatic victory for Brad Morse. Alex Krom did not get a look in. That is incredible.
Well, I think Alex Krom needs to take a while and collect his thoughts and come back at this when he's 100%, because that is not the Alex Krom we were used to.
That was a mullering. That was nothing short of an absolute mullering.
I think he let his fears get the better of him here tonight. Either way, Brad Morse emerging victorious.
Here is your winner, Brad Morse.
Brad Morse just put the German suplex machine away in 4.5 minutes. It doesn't get more emphatic than that for the current European champion. What a night on Brawl.
I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you and good night.